Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers, and this is Annie 150, and this is detailing your Sci-Fi Crate Part 4. This is where we take you through the export process, and you need to get a couple screenshots for the front perspective and back perspective of your Sci-Fi Crate textured in Substance Painter. And then you'll need to get some renders from Maya. You'll have to get 4 renders from Maya. So you'll get front and back for the large and front and back from the small. So you've got to get the large crate finished, and then you'll have to do the small crate, get that all detailed and finished, and then you'll have to export it out. So we'll need 4 screenshots, front and back, perspective of the large crate, front and back perspective of the small crate. So 4 screenshots. We're going to do 2 today because I really didn't need to do the small crate. You guys are going to be doing that. So I'll show you how to get it all set up. Okay, so what you want to do is you get your crate set up into a perspective viewport, a viewpoint, which is something like that, where you can see a little bit of the top and the front and the side. Okay, and so you want your lighting to look good, so you hold down the shift key and your right mouse button, and you get the lighting set up to where I can see all areas of the front, the top, and the side. And then we want to hit the tab key, and then we're going to move this over so we can get a nice full screen. And just use the Alt key and kind of get it centered. Again, we want to see the top, the front, and the side. Okay? Okay, if you have Windows, you can just hit the Windows key and type in S for snipping tool. Click on Mode, Rectangular Snip, and just go ahead and take a nice rectangular shot of this like that. Go to File, save as, save it as a JPEG, put your first and last name on it, underscore large crate front, and save it to your desktop or wherever you want to save it. And close it. And we just turn it around to the back. Again, same thing. Give me a nice 3/4 perspective. And we want to hit, make sure we hold down the shift and the right mouse button and kind of turn the lights around so we can get a nice lighting. You don't want shadows like that. Get that lighting so it shines on the top, the back, and the side here. And go ahead and type in S for snipping tool and do the same thing. Rectangular snip. Just kind of do a quick box around it. Go to File, Save As, and do the usual thing we did before. Let's see, Sci-Fi Render, J Byers Crate Front, J Byers Crate Back. All right, save that and close. Okay, so just a real quick mention that the large crate does not have to look like the small crate or vice versa, meaning that your crate, I'm going to hit the tab key again, your crates can look different. So you can have the large crate, they don't have to match, they don't have to be, they don't have to color match. You can experiment with the small crates, experiment and do something totally different with it if you want to, but I still want to see detail and at least 3 materials on it. And your question is, what do you do with the all the handles and all the accessories the assets that go on the outside of it that are separated, because we just detailed the large crate. You'll have to bring those in separately, meaning that the handles, the latches, and anything else that we had separated from it need to be combined, not with this, but combined in Maya and then sent out, exported as an OBJ. And then you have to bring them in here. So just watch the videos. I take you through that part on how to get that exported out properly. And you'll have to add textures to those separately. Now, I'm not too worried about edge wear on those separate latches and stuff like that, because they're so small. You're not going to really see that stuff, that detail anyway. So just go ahead and add textures to those, and then you'll export it out and the maps, and then bring them into Maya. Okay, and you'll put it all back together in Maya. Okay, hopefully that answers your questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Export Textures. Okay, so this is all different here in 9. So we've got all our texture sets here. They're all check marked, so that's good. What are we doing? We're doing PBR metal roughness. Let's take a look at what else we have in here to mess with. So we got Unreal Engine, we've got V-Ray, we've got Unity, and I do see Arnold. AI Standard, Udin Legacy AI Standard. PBR Metallic Roughness will work too as well. I'm going to go with this one for now, because that fits what we're doing right now. So AI Udin Legacy AI Standard, so I'm going to do that. So that will give us the right maps for Arnold, okay? As far as I know, meaning that this is a new Substance Painter. So that's what I usually have it set up. We usually do AI Standard Surface or AI Standard, but now we got Udin Legacy. So let's click on that because we're using that. Okay, with that done, we want PNG, we want 8 bits, okay. Based on each texture set size, the size, yes. Dilation infinite, no padding pass through. I'm going to do no padding pass through. If you hover over it, it'll kind of give you what it is. So it just kind of tells you that no padding pass through, no post-processing, uses the raw texture as rendered by Substance Painter's 3D engine. I kind of like that idea. Okay, so dilation infinite, padding expanded to its maximum value. Dilation translates padding with a given width and a transparent background. Since we're not really going to a game engine, I'm going to go no padding pass through. Okay. Now game engine, if we're going to go into Unreal, we would probably want to have dilation infinite. That kind of pads the texture out. If you want to use that, or you have problems with Maya, somehow the textures are off, you may want to go dilation infinite, because that stretches out the texture all the way through the texture space that's not being used. I'm going to do no padding pass through, and the settings are done. Now the output template, again, we're going to do Arnold Udin Legacy AI Standard. Okay. All right. Output templates need to be Arnold Udin Legacy Standard. Okay. And list of exports. These are all the textures that are going to be baked. That's a lot. So basically 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, there are some things in here we don't need, so we could probably get rid of them. We're not doing an emissive map. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. Emissive means that something, a glowing texture, a texture that will glow in Maya. And we're not going to be doing a height map. Okay. So those two I'm going to dismiss. I'm going to get rid of those. So I take away that one. I'm going to take away the height. Okay. So this is going to save us some RAM or memory, I should say, space on our hard drive, because we took 2 of those off. So basically that equates to 14 textures we eliminated because I've got 7 Unum tiles. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 that we have to worry about. We got the base color, metalness, roughness, and normal. Okay, and now I can look at the list, and now you can see that we have 4, and this is what it's going to be named. Okay, one thing I didn't mention that I should before I export this out is that you never, under the texture set list, never rename the stuff. Never go in there and double click on it and rename it. I did that one time and it messed the whole thing up, and I could not get the textures to work in Maya. So I know you want to rename stuff. In this case, don't do that. Do not rename anything. In fact, when you export these out, you don't like this name, and you start renaming and messing with this and renaming stuff, it will really cause problems. In fact, Maya will not see these textures again if you rename them. They have to be named exactly this, okay? Otherwise, they won't work in Maya, okay? So back to settings, and now we're ready to, I guess I could save the settings if I want to. And export it out, and you just click on export. There we go. And depending on how fast your computer is, it will export it pretty quickly. Okay, so everything's exported out. Go ahead and close. I don't see any. It says export successfully finished. Successfully exported all of these textures, and I didn't get any errors, so that's a good sign. Go ahead and do file, save scene as. I've already done this several times, so just to let you know that you always want to save your texture. You can come back and make changes if you want to, and in the future if you want to. So that is it. Get the lighting back to where I had it, and that's it for now. So I've got videos on how to bring the textures in and reapply them in Maya, so watch those videos after this one, and have a great day.